Hey, this is Doug from Doug and Nikki, and I hope you're enjoying this new format. Down here below me is the EXO CINEMASTER 2 video, so that you could see, because I know in the end, that's what you guys really want to see, right? You want to see the quality of the video, how it maneuvers, the stunts, what it all kind of looks like. So enjoy watching that. When you're done watching that, I will come back, I will give you my review, which will include a Doug score from 1 to 5, let you know how much I like or I dislike it. And then after that, if you're still interested in knowing more about it, I will then do a full unboxing, share all the details, technical specifications, all that kind of stuff. But for the short run, let's enjoy some video and then let's talk about if it's any good. Hey, I thought while I'm showing you these functions that are pre-programmed into the drone, I would tell you that I actually had a little bit of a problem with them. It was my error setting it up, but I was able to just go online and chat with a tech person right here in the USA, like so easily. It was great. It took like 2 seconds to go online, be connected, ask 3 questions. They walked me through all the answers. I have to rave about that it was amazing. I just wanted to quickly say, stick around to the very end of the video because I'm going to share some LUTs which are actually available from EXO, which is a cool way to like color code and correct your video and have it look really creative. Wait till the end of the video to see those. All right, so here we are. It's time to talk about that review. I will give you the basics of it, and then at the end, I'll give you that Doug score 1 to 5. So let's start with the biggest highlight for me is this battery life. This battery is a beast. It is so cool. It's a little big and heavy, but as a result, this thing will fly and fly and fly and fly. That is awesome. While I'm talking about this, I'm gonna put up here my distance test. The best I could do was about 1,300 feet, as you'll see, which 1,300 feet is way beyond anything that you can do according to the FAA, because there's no way for you to have any visual reference of it. So I would say it's probably not as advertised, but at the same time, completely useful, makes no difference whatsoever. Okay, in terms of the controller, this is a basic, very basic drone controller, but it does everything you need to do. All the functions work well. I had no issues with it whatsoever. The only issue I had was I dropped my phone out of it and it broke and annoyed me, but it was not that fault. It was this guy's fault. So a couple other things. The gimbal is awesome. The 3-axis gimbal works great. The image quality, the 4K image is really good. I do appreciate that we can go to a 1080/60 so you could do some like slow motion stuff. The one thing that I will say, a little bit of a negative, if you don't watch the image, and you'll see some of, I'm sure you saw some of the images where you could see the blade a little bit. As you move forward, the drone will pitch like this, and if you don't pan down a little bit, you're gonna see the blades in your image. This is definitely a 5 out of 5 on the Doug score. I'm gonna say probably my favorite drone short of like a full-blown crazy DJI drone. This drone, it really, really did everything well. One thing it didn't do well, I have to say, it is very slow coming down. If you fly that thing 400 feet up in the air, you're gonna be waiting a long time for that thing to get back down to earth unless the battery runs out, because it goes very slow down. I don't know why they do that. But overall, I really love this drone. I hope this review was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the new format with the video in the front. Let's go to the unboxing if you're interested in that. All right, welcome to the past. Here we are. You saw it fly. You saw the review. Now let's unbox it for the first time. I get to see this for the first time, and I'll talk to you about it. I'll tell you some of the features of it. One super captain obvious feature, check out this case. That is a really nice case. It's not like a hard plastic case, but it is definitely like a nice firm, you could put this in your suitcase and you wouldn't have to worry about a case. I like that. I like when it comes with that stuff, you know, like the less you have to buy additional cases and that kind of stuff, just sucks the life out of having fun with your drone itself. Let's see what we have in here. Oh, this thing is so cool looking. So, okay, so I'm gonna torch you a little bit and I'm gonna pull out some ancillary stuff and then we'll go into the drone itself. So of course it comes with the instruction manual, which if you've ever watched my reviews, I'm gonna tell you, read the instruction manual. Each one of these drones is just a little bit different to annoy you. So if you know how to use it your very first time going out with it, you're gonna have a good time and you're not gonna be frustrated like, you know, every other drone said press this button and it's not working on this one. They're all just a little unique, and if you read that, you'll know how that works. A full set of extra blades, which hopefully you will never use. They'll just collect dust. And a USB cord to charge things, as well as a cool little screwdriver for putting on those blades if you should need to do that. Okay, this particular kit comes with an extra battery. I always recommend having 2 batteries. You can buy your kit with 1 or 2 batteries, but 2 always makes more sense. So get a second battery. Speaking of these batteries are supposed to have tremendous flight time. You would already know, because I would think I commented when I did my review of whether it lived up to that flight time or not. But you're supposed to get like 25, 26 minutes of flight time out of that, which is pretty darn impressive. Okay, let's talk remote. Here's the remote. This is a very standard looking remote. This is the first time I'm looking at it myself. It has the cool things to pull down, the lock, unlock for the motors. The motors are brushless, which is important to you as a consumer because a brushless motor is going to give you more power when you fly, and at the same time, because they're more efficient, it's going to use less power, you're going to get more flight time. Ooh, speaking of flight time, and another flight thing about this is supposed to be good up to a force 5 wind, which is about a 20 mile an hour, you know, constant wind. So you should be able to fly and video effectively with it stable at that. You would have seen that already because we're here in Florida. It is always that windy pretty much. So you would have already seen that, but you know, just so you know, it's good till level 5 wind. And so yeah, so back to this. So you have your return to home button, take photos, you can adjust the speed mode. One of the other things I wanted to talk to you about is this is a true 3-axis gimbal which shoots in 4K as well as 1080 at 60 frames a second, which I've showed you. Cool slow motion footage. I really appreciate that. It has a Sony processor, so the image quality is excellent. And again, this is like a nice hefty size. I love that it's got a big physical presence. I think that's cool. And it also makes it so, you know, it has that force 5 wind capability. And when a drone is a little bigger, got a little weight to it, and the power to support itself in those kinds of winds, it doesn't move around the same way. I hope that was helpful. I hope that was all the information that you were looking for. Oh, I owe you. Let's go. I'm gonna head out, but I'm gonna take you now to go see those LUTs, so how their prepackaged tuning for the images affects the way they look, because that might be something you might want to look into. Hey, if you want to make really creative, cool looking videos without becoming an artist at color correction, get these LUTs from EXO. They're awesome. They're already pre-programmed. They know how their camera works, and they're so creative. Check them out. They are so cool looking. I hope these were interesting for you and a good value add in this video.